And fall in, my fellow scout troopers, and welcome to a Napoleon Total War 3 4v4 battle replay today. Picture was sent to me by Big Wolf, so thank you Wolf for the replay. His allies today are Duke of Cumberland, Richard Sharpie, and Carlos Disco. Sorry, Carlo. The other team we have Master, Old Nosy, Proud Jick, and Hunter Killer 092. The factions today are UK España. That's still his army there. His allies are over here. We have here Osmali, UK, 1800. We have Prussia, 1806. And in the distance there we have UK Portugal. G'day UK Portugal. It looks like they're up against the French alliance here today. Unfortunately we can't see the factions. Now the points, we have 3 2-pointers in the middle there. So this is probably where the battle's going to be fought, since this is where all the points are pretty much all lined up, ducks in a row, so to speak. Now, roads, there are plenty of them, nice and straight, so armies can move around pretty fast on this map. Now, UK Osmali here is moving through the field. Usually Osmali is known for their cavalry, not so much their infantry, but I'm seeing a lot of infantry here for Osmali today. Hopefully it doesn't bite him in the ass. I thought Osmali is more like more so cavalry than infantry based, or that's where their strength is in cavalry. That's what I'm truly getting at there. Now, Osmali's going to wait for his ally here. We've got España moving up pretty quickly here. We're going to form on his right. Going to try and push France back through the town, probably. Their combined forces should be enough to push France back. I mean, I'm not seeing a lot of troops here yet on this side, on this flank here. The terrain today is pretty good for cavalry and not too bad for artillery. You got here the France already deploying on a nice spot here on the hill. They can fire pretty much all the way across the valley there. You hit anything, almost zero terrain obstruction or any houses really in the area. They'll get in the way of their shots. So, Blue Team's going to be very careful of that when they move up. Their artillery's going to move up a little bit. UK Portugal, they're obviously going to try and form up on Osmali's left. But it looks like they'll push back a few French forces, mostly cav so far in the area. Don't know if there's much infantry. But we'll find that out later on. The teams here are getting pretty close. But before they engage, if you guys want to see your own total replay featured here on this very channel, don't forget to check out those links you'll find in the video description below. There are of course my email at scoutsentertainment@gmail.com. You can post it to me directly on Discord as well. You can join my Discord server, Scouts Reconnaissance, and post it there. Or you can tag me in the replay you post on most Total War Discord servers as well. Now, we might do a small cut here, guys, and come back, but before we go, I just want to check this out. Nah, good, the artillery is moving. I thought they delimbered there. Not the best spot if they're going to do that. And this French unit here probably needs to shift to the left. They probably shouldn't put the artillery so close to the trees there. I could easily see the UK coming through with a cavalry unit just sneaking slowly up to them and then ambushing them, and France might not see them because the trees can obstruct their vision. If they're not paying attention, it's easy to miss, I reckon. So we will do a small cut here, guys, and we'll come back once the first battle begins. Looks like we've got a broken unit there already caused by the artillery. Alright guys, we got Osmali here moving a section of his forces against a far superior French line here. What is he up to? He can't think he can win this. I mean, France has skirmishes too on his right flank. They can move around because you've got the España line way back. The artillery is there, but it won't provide too much protection. Fortunately, Osmali does have squareable troops so on their flanks, so they can protect their troops against cavalry charges to a degree. But what is he up to? This is suicide. Pull back, mate. You can't win that. You're going to get swarmed. Now, Osmali is known for their shooters. They usually have good quality troops, good long-range shooters, pretty accurate. So we're seeing a lot of UK Osmali forces fall there.
Our general is under attack.
And they haven't even fired a volley yet. Here we go. Alright, I'm seeing a lot of blood splatter there on the French line. That was a good volley. Not a bad volley there from Osmali, but he's still outnumbered. He's got more troops moving up on his left now. These are his own men. We've got a cavalry here looking to intercept them. They are squareables, so they can deter this cav. This is a good thing. Hopefully he's on top of it. Here comes the cav. His left flank is not moving. Not reacting to it. Now, when units get to a certain size, they can't really form square. They lose the ability. So, it's possible this unit here have lost too many troops to form square. And that's why they couldn't. So, it's not an issue of him maybe not paying attention. It's just that he couldn't use the function. I've had that happen to me a few times myself. So I can understand that. We've got a little isolated cavalry battle going on over here. What's this about? We've got some King German Legion Hussars. These guys here look like mid-tier French Dragoons. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense that these guys can't get away from the French troopers. They should be much faster than them. He's really struggling to get away. You can see Osmani's pushing France back here on the town. There's a possible problem evolving here for France. If he gets pushed back, then he's going to be falling troops through tight spaces. And given the distance of the Osmani forces, if they're firing into their backs, they're going to rack up a lot of kills. But mind you, France is firing right now as Osmani is advancing upon him. So I'm just play here, just hoping he can get as many kills as possible before the Osmani really unloads into him. French cav got behind the Osmani line here. Fortunately, they're held. We've got cav moving up to protect them, so that shouldn't happen again. But they were definitely thinking about it. We've got a lot of cav grouped up in this area here. And UK España disengaged here from France. It looked like they were about to go toe-to-toe, go all in over there, but for some reason both sides just pulled back. Well, it was really more so France that disengaged than the UK. He sort of just stayed where he was. Now, Prussia is arriving on scene. The artillery seems to be wrecking their morale a bit. UK Portugal still a ways off from his fight. This is where the battle's really at. Alright, they're falling back. This is where maybe España and Osmani need to be running. They want to try and get as close as they can to the French forces, about to where this tree is here. And just fire into them. Unload until they're out of range. I don't think there's any way France can hold on here. He's going to have to pull back soon. If the artillery doesn't blow them apart first. But that's where UK España comes in. He's moving on that artillery right now. He's going to save Osmani's ass there. Skirmishers are just trying to delay them. This is a delaying tactic only. Long enough for the cav to engage the line. España could be broken here. None of his troops can form a square. Okay, UK's holding on. Once this cav unit goes, okay, España is a bayonet charge artillery position right now. They've got the cover of the enemy cav. They can advance on them and take him out. The infantry won't get to them in time if they run and they move fast enough and get in there. But they're gonna pull back. That sucks. Okay. They should be running on that artillery right now.
Our men are running, sir.
Given the position of the French forces, Osmani needs to peel off this unit here and move it to outflank this entire French line. I mean, the troops he has in the area should be enough to actually beat the French forces here based on the rate these guys are dropping. But it just sort of speeds things up and allows him to get done with this battle so he can divert resources to other battles, such as to the UK España side and his own, to continue this fight over here. France is getting really close and he's getting very bunched up. Too bunched. What's going on here? He's very disorganized over here. You got 3 units intertwined.
Our men are running, sir.
When you got this large congregation of forces, it usually signals a mass bayonet charge. Because you can't really fire effectively in a group like that. You can see UK is just blasting him apart. Seeing a lot of dead Frenchmen. Yeah, France is breaking apart over there. Osmali's sending over reinforcements to help maybe Espana on his side. Or he's going to try and go for the town. Osmali needs to send 1 unit infantry just down the road, just to make sure these French forces don't try to outflank his line here. You know, call them watchmen of the road, if you want to. Prussia's advancing, they're going after the skirmish line. You've got cav movement to intercept, but Prussia's deciding to pull back. Okay, UK Portugal stepping up their assault. His army stretched a long way across. France is congregating more of their troops in the one position, which vastly outnumbers the UK units in the area. But the French forces are a bit disorganized in their formation. We've got 1 unit standing aimlessly behind the line here. These two should have shifted to the right, and that one should have moved in there. Then the entire line should move on the Portugal forces in front of them. I mean, they outnumber them. Assuming these units are of good quality and decent accuracy, it should be enough to beat back the UK-Portugal line. Must be some sort of general artillery piece with that star above its flag. UK is a bit bunched up too. You sent the 2 units there about to break. He's bugging out. He's in a hurry to get out of there. And I think that's a good reason why. It's an artillery battery. Just pointed his direction. Just pounding him. He needs cav support to take out that artillery. The UK-Portugal line is about to crumble. He's got to pull back and try to glue up with Prussia. He can't win this fight. He's done. Time to pull out. He can't win there. What he could do is just move his entire line back, like just retreat. Just keep going back and wait for his allies, Prussia and Mali in particular, to win their fights and begin moving their forces over in his direction. That might force France to pull back and limber up his artillery, and then UK-Portugal can once again safely move up towards his opponent. At the same time, his enemy's being outflanked by his allies. If he wants to survive and contribute to this attack, he has to pull back for now. Live to fight another day. His allies are doing pretty well over here. They're winning their fights, and largely because they don't really have to face the level of artillery that UK-Portugal is facing. Strange formation there. UK Espana is the first one to beat his opponent. His opponent was crumbling when we last left. It looks like he just shattered completely while we were away. Now this cav needs to be rested up. and just walked over here. Osmalia's moving into the town. We're trying to weed out the Frenchmen. Well, Prussia's opponent's falling back. We've got Highlanders here. Love the Highlanders. French forces suffering a lot of casualties. This unit is just hanging on. Seems like we've got a mass retreat. And Osmali is advancing. Alright, they're inside the building. They need to send in some grenadiers to take that house. General Quebec's to be in there. I don't see the horses, or maybe I do. I do see the horses. Yeah, General is probably in there. And there's other General's horses. Now with the Spania and with the Osmali, sorry, and Prussia moving on over here towards UK Portugal. Jeez, what's UK Portugal doing? These guys' forces all grouped up. There's 4 artillery pieces now. They've looted it up and moved them over. We're trying to help them out against the Prussian forces. We're grouping your forces up like this, with that much artillery firing your way. I'm amazed those units managed to stick around. Who's fighting for this house? It looks like the French forces have this house at the moment. Prussia's trying to take it. Looks like the UK alliance is firing on their house with artillery. Spania's moving up their troops, but they're all a long ways off actually. We might be 5 minutes away from the next fight. I don't know how aggressive Prussia's going to be here. UK Portugal is marching to their death. This doesn't make a whole lot of sense. These Highlanders better be charging in. Why is he forming square? There's no cavalry anywhere. He's forming square on every unit that can. I expected more from the Highlanders. No, those troops are going to be killed. Okay, Portugal again falling back. Not what you can do now. For the moment. But he just lost half of what he had left. Well, also the Highlanders would have hurt him a bit. Osmalia's probably moving over there a little bit too early. I think España could have really used his help here, about 4 units or so, to move on the town from either direction. Would have made España's life a bit easier. Cavalry's charging in. Well, they broke that unit. They're going to charge on the other two. Might be worth it. They're charging into them anyway. Oh, they broke. No, look, that's why you didn't need help. Good call, Osmani. Didn't waste any time. Didn't think of it easy, but it was. His general might be broken. That might explain the quick breakdown in morale. Osmani seems to be stationing his forces, but I'm sure Prussia would appreciate him moving on his right flank. Doesn't seem like Prussia's liking the prolonged gunfight. Osmani's coming now. Careful, Portugal. Not yet. Stay back for now. He's getting a bit too eager. He wants to see action, but the problem is his army's not that big, and his allies will need his presence later on. Osmani and Prussia need to be engaged before Portugal marches on the French forces. If he moves too early, he's going to be wiped out, and then he can't help his team. Timing's everything, and now is not the time just yet. Looks like UK Portugal try to charge into this unit, the form square, the Cavaleira. Now they broke the square. Their forces are now broken themselves, so unlucky there to him. It's a flip of the coin. Charging into a unit, you don't know if it can form square or not until sometimes it's way too late. Now Portugal's getting lucky here. He's managing to fire into French forces that are just marching by and aren't forming up to shoot him. So, free hits, so to speak. The last thing UK Portugal wants is to see France sending their reserves back up towards him to deal with him. I think Prussia and Osmani have got this battle for now. Espana's on his way. We've got 3 units here on Portugal's right flank, with only 1 to deal with them. Yeah, you see, Portugal's drawing the eye here of all the French forces, and I was afraid of that.
We have taken a building, sir.
It's in France's best interest just to move and wipe out Portugal. If he's going to be this aggressive, then France just needs to take the fight to him and deal with him. They're doing alright on the Prussian side. Prussia needs to move here, move up a bit. You've got to support Osmani's left flank. I mean, the teams here have got to get their lines sorted out. See, Osmani's taking the initiative there. His movements might cause the French line to shift and move closer towards the Prussians, so they can move further away from Osmani and keep that line straight. So in other words, the line will be going this way. Or it could just force the whole French line back entirely. Portugal's got to get his line sorted out. Right now, he's in a losing fight. He's got to disengage. Prussia is suffering a bit. Osmar's got to be a bit faster. He's the one that needs to be the most aggressive out of his alliance right now. Prussia really needs to move up that right flank. I'm not sure why we've got these 3 units so far back. And these yellows moving up on the enemy. French forces could potentially be targeting the Osmani general there. That wouldn't be too good if they lost their general right now. Okay, so Osmani's left here is moving up too fast. The right is the one that needs to shift and turn around more. Osmani's taking it, he's going alone here. Prussia's forces probably standing back because of this artillery right here.
We have killed their general, sir. Now they must break.
Krautzik lost his general. Artillery hit. Okay, Prussian cab moving in. Might be trying to go for the artillery. Alright, they got to it. Okay, the entire line's busy, but we're not seeing any movement from the Prussian infantry yet. Why not? Come on, Prussia, move your troops. Now's the time, you've got to go. Alright. Well, fortunately his cab is winning. Actually, he broke the entire line. Good for him. Osmani's broken through here as well. Spain and Prussia need to separate their units. Okay, Portugal fell back, that's good to see. Not quite yet. Just hold your position there, Portugal. Basically, it just needs Portugal needs to form up his entire line, probably from his artillery all the way down here as far as their line will go, and just wait. Osmani, Prussia and the Spaniard will push the French forces onto him. Now he might get overwhelmed, but he'll take a lot of Frenchmen down with him before he's gone. But then his allies should be able just to swamp the remaining Frenchmen and they will win the battle. The Prussians here are firing at broken troops. They're going to hit Osmani's troops if they're not careful. Hold your fire, guys. Move up. We've got some Queen's Dragoons over here. And some Hussars from UK Spania. French forces broke. That was lucky. Now, although we have a lot of troops moving through the town here on Osmani's right, there's a little bit of cab there, but given the force Osmani has here, he probably will be able to beat back the French forces before reinforcements arrive. And then what they'll do next, that's anyone's guess. A unit that's suffering a bit.
men are running.
Could be the French general over there. No, I can't see much. Okay, the Osmani line's wavering. So those reinforcements got there far quicker than I anticipated. The Spanish cavalry might be able to get to that artillery. The French forces only have one cavalry unit left, and it's pretty small. Look at these guys.
Our men are running, sir.
Prussia's sending in their heavy cavalry to try and take that artillery out. Oh, it says they're routing. We've got a fresh unit coming in. Alright, we're taking it out. Okay, appears to be finishing off stragglers. UK, Portugal. Prussia's got 2 units over here. They need to move to reinforce the right flank of Osmali. He's getting hammered over there. Come on, Prussia, your ally needs you on his right. Looking pretty good on the left, and they got cab over here. The cab needs to be shifted over to the right. They're struggling on their right flank. See, Prussia's got troops here on the left. They're not needed on the left, they're needed on the right. UK España has the left. They gotta start winning, they gotta start killing the French troops. They don't really have time for all this move forward, move back stuff. France is shooting them right now. Hang on, the artillery's not dead.
Are running, sir.
Well, they shouldn't be wasting time shooting it. They got to charge into it. Guys, bayonet charge that thing. Move it. France is happy that they're staying back. He needs time to blast these guys.
Our men are running, sir.
And Osmali's beaten back. These UK forces are struggling all of a sudden. They seem to be on top of it. Now they're falling apart. Prussia's moved forward, but it's way too late. They were needed a long time ago. And the battle takes an unexpected twist.
men are running, sir.
The artillery's almost gone. What can UK Portugal do here for us? His troops are definitely needed now. Alright, France is moving up. Russia's ready for him. What can these Prussian units do over here? The Osmani general is not moving at all.
No, sir.
Prussia might have enough here to finish him. Geez, now's not the time to retreat. A lot of questionable moves here. The UK had France, but they weren't aggressive enough. And they really bit him in the butt. France brought this battle back from almost certain defeat. So kudos to them. Russian line's firing. How many kills can they get? See, right now Prussian line here has numerical advantage on their left. These three units should be immediately moving forward to take advantage of that. Cavs moving in. They're going to try and finish off these two French units. This cav unit is very handy to have at this late stage of the game. They're trying to de-limber. We've got artillery here, 6-pounder. So it's in the French's best interest just to charge it. Yeah, they're charging, but they could be exhausted. And they won't fire.
Our men are running, sir.
These guys here, they've got to turn to their right. But they ain't turning. Oh, they're turning now. We got two generals here. Okay. French general was just killed by the Prussians. Alright, they're going to take this one. UK Alliance is going to pull this one back. Well done to the Prussians. Because my general was lucky not to be killed. He was just standing there and the French forces marched right by him, left him alone. Okay, we've got one unit left on the field. Oh, we've got a friendly general here that's just fallen. I don't know if he was in the house or not. I don't think he was. Why is the cavalry moving away? No, come on man, charge him. There's just one unit left on the field. Come on, at this point it's just worth sending him in. Not saving them for anything else. Okay, he's gonna lose their general here in a second. Alright, it's gonna fast forward it, guys. It's just a slow grind to the end. Oh, France wants to kill a general before they go. Oh, the Highlanders are back, and they've won. Congratulations there to Wolf and his team. So, Duke of Cumberland there, 655. Richard Sharpie, 1247. Carlo, 935. And Wolf, 2343. Yeah, someone try and say that name of Carlos, and that's a hell of a long name. Master here, 1751. Old Nosy, 891. Proud Jick, 1029. Hunter Killer, unfortunately, 291, but still good performance there from the French team. Okay, kills here. That's impressive. 450 there, bowling to the Hussars. They got an extraordinary number of kills. Queen's Dragoons here, 355. Foot Guards here, 219. King German Legion, 209. And we've got a couple of 168s, 148, 109. So we have about, well, 4 units there, 8 units getting over 100 kills, 2 getting over 300. One was getting 500 there, so well done. The rest of the units there range from about, 94 to 0. But still, great performance there from the team. Once again, guys, if you want to see your own Total War replay featured here on this very channel, don't forget to check out those links you'll find in the video description below. This is Micka from Scout to Lieutenant signing off for that of our Scout Troopers. Catch you all in the next Total War battle.